Hey, and welcome to yet another unannounced Larry Becker Facebook Live. I'm doing 3 weeks of helping photographers here on my local Facebook Live channel. And let's see, I got to get the comments section where I can see it. Hang on a second. There we go. So now I can see the comments if they come in. So 3 weeks of helping my friends on Facebook Live, helping photographers, and no strings attached. I'm just going to give tips and tricks and different stuff that I happen to know about from Photoshop world, from working at Kelby One for 10 years, from being the camera reviewer for B&H Photo for 4 years. And I also have a podcast with Rick Salmon called Picturing Success. And hey, Mark, nice to have you on board. And so what I'm going to do is try and share some tips and tricks about different aspects of photography. And one of the areas where I actually have some skill set is being on camera, but then also capturing other people being on camera for simple business videos and things like that. So I want to talk to you about that today. And my concept is about Photoshop in the real world. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. With your camera, if you take a picture of somebody, a portrait or something like that, and they have a little bit of shine on their forehead, because like today I've got a little bit of shininess on my forehead. If you have something like that going on, you can fix that in Photoshop. It's pretty easy to bring back detail or paint in detail from somewhere else in the image and knock down the shine. But you can't do that very easily with video, especially if somebody's like on camera like I am and moving around and talking. And so what you have to do is you have to plan for the limitations of your camera. Now you're going to add light to the scene when you're filming somebody that's sitting there talking on camera. You're going to have some extra lights around. I have some extra lights around right now. But one of the things that you're going to realize pretty quickly is almost everybody on camera, when there's extra light in the room, almost everybody shines. That's because the camera can capture like this much of the visual spectrum out of this much. And so, you know, there are going to be dark areas. There are going to be dark areas that are too dark and kind of crushed. There are going to be light areas that are too light and kind of blown out. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know when they start doing video. They don't understand this, and that is, hey, Renee, nice to have you on board. So one of the things that they do is people automatically, subconsciously think if somebody is shiny, they have to be sweating. Now, this is not a mental process that you're like analyzing a person on camera. You just see them. They're shiny, kind of like what my forehead and everything that's going on right here, right now. They appear shiny, and so you think, okay, well, they're probably sweating. I'm not really sure they're telling the truth. They look kind of nervous because they're sweating. And I'll tell you, I have coached all kinds of people on camera, and I get these executives at big multi-million dollar companies that don't want to put on makeup. And so then they go on camera and they're all shiny and they look untrustworthy just because of that. So I'm going to show you how easy this makeup thing is. Hey, Ian. Yes, I did have a great evening last night with my better half. My wife and I went over to one of our favorite restaurants called The Melting Pot over in Tampa. It's a fondue restaurant. We had a great night. Thank you very much. So when you're going to have somebody on camera, not necessarily with still cameras, but with video, if you're capturing somebody talking head, delivering a message on camera, and even if they are uncomfortable wearing makeup, they need to wear a little bit of makeup, but it just needs to be a little bit. Now, the funny thing is, when I put on makeup, people that are familiar with makeup cringe when they see how I put it on, because I just do bare bones, just really simple, straightforward makeup to knock down shine. So I specifically did not put on any makeup. I've got lots of studio lights in here today. I've got a Westcott Ice Light and a Westcott Flex in here, and then I also have 160 LED as an uplight. So I've got a lot of light going on in here right now, and it's making my face a little bit shiny. So what I should do is put on a little bit of makeup, and I will tell you that all you need to do is put on some foundation powder, something like that. Now, the way that it works, you can have loose powder. This is loose powder, okay? Or you can have what they call a pressed powder. Hey, Jay, good afternoon. So this is pressed powder, and mine says cover guy because I didn't want to carry around cover girl, and so I went and got a label maker and I put cover guy on there. But anyway, just pressed powder. Now, what I tell people that have never worn makeup before is go into a local drugstore, a CVS, Rite Aid, or Walgreens or something like that. Go to the makeup counter and say, I'm going to be on some videos and I need powder that matches this skin color. And they'll help you out. And it's like $8 or $10 for something like this. Then you just put it on your face and knock down the shine. Now, this is one that I'm using lately. See? CoverMan. You will never find CoverMan makeup when you go into the store, by the way. It's CoverGirl, and I do that with my label maker. So then you just get something like this, and I've got a monitor going so I can see what I look like on camera. So I'm going to look at that monitor. I'm not ignoring you, but I want to look at the monitor so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So yeah, just take a little bit of this powder on the little, they call it a puff. It's like a little spongy thing that it comes with. So that's about it. Just kind of wipe it on your face like that. Now, here's one of the issues. When you do that, you have a little bit of streakiness on your face, and sometimes you apply the powder a little bit too thick. So here's what I do, and this is what makes people that understand makeup, they cringe. I just go like this, kind of rub it even, and just kind of smooth it out, and just make it so that I'm not shiny. Now, when you do that, you're also going to get a little bit of dust and stuff in your eyebrows. And if you have a really good sharp camera, you're shooting 4K video, you'll be able to see that. So here's what I do to fix my eyebrows. I go like this, and I wipe out the makeup out of my eyebrows. So that's my really quick tip for how to have somebody look good on camera. Now, here's the problem. If you're just getting into doing video, that'll work for you, for yourself. But what if you have clients? What color makeup should you buy for them? And how do you do this? And it's really actually kind of gross to have a makeup pad that multiple people have used. So here's what I recommend for that. I just found this on the market fairly recently. Neutrogena Shine Control. This is a neutral powder. Okay, so it's shine control, but it doesn't have any tint to it. So all it does is knock down the shine. And so you wipe it on with one of those little puffs. Then the other thing that you want to do is go to the store, the same drugstore, and buy one of these packs, multi-packs like this. And this way you give a client one of these, and then you give the client one of these and say, go ahead and put some of this on your face, and then you can show them how I did it, stuff like that. And that way you get your client where they're not shiny, they're ready to go on camera on the video, and they're not sharing one of these makeup pads with other people. Now, there's other ways to do it. You could get, like I said, you could get loose powder, but then you need a brush, something like this. And then if you're doing that on somebody's face, then you got to wash the brushes and stuff like that. And it's just a little bit more of a hassle. So that's why I like the pressed powder. If you get a chance to work with somebody before they go on camera, like a day or 2 or 3 ahead of time, and you can send them, hey, here's a briefing note. You probably want to go find some makeup that matches your skin tone. Go to Walgreens or CVS and, just go through that whole thing. And they can get their own makeup, and that way they just have whatever it is they need to be on camera. So that's it. It's just a matter of knock down the shine, get rid of that shiny, sweaty look. Now, it's not real bad in my lighting setup today, but it can be for other people. It just depends on how your lights are set up, and sometimes you just get this really harsh. When I'm over in the Kelby Studios, I get this really hard light there and on my cheeks and stuff, and they also there's this area that just tends to get a little bit more oily, and they call it the T-zone. So yeah, it just doesn't look good. And then if you're on camera for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes presenting for a period of time, the shine will start coming back, and you have to add more makeup. So you need to know about this. It is Photoshop for the real world. It's helping you capture better video. As a still photographer, it's stuff that we've never had to deal with. We just don't even think about it. But now you have to deal with it. If the person is on camera and they're moving around a little bit and you've got some extra light lighting them up, then you need to make sure that they don't look shiny. So that's it for today. And I actually apologize. I should have done this to make myself look more professional. So I need my lower third there. But the important one is this. It's youtube.com/Larry Becker. If you go over there, anytime you miss one of these that I'm doing them each weekday for the next 3 weeks. So anytime you miss one, I'm going to post the ones that I've completed over at my YouTube channel. So Larry Becker, or youtube.com/Larry Becker is where they will be. I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to go over and post yesterday's video and this one that I just finished today. I'll be posting those today over at my YouTube channel. And that's it for now. So thank you guys for coming by. Talk to you soon. Oh, one last thing. If you have any questions, comments, hi Larry at larrybecker.tv. Thanks, gang. Talk to you guys later.